This is Sparta!
Well, fancy seeing you here on a Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you know what that means. From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, we're live, baby. Here in the Chris Reeve capital of the world. We're no longer in the Mile High. For those of you who missed Saturday's Return to Glory, we moved. And when I say we, I mean me. You all probably stayed in the same spot, which is completely fine. I moved over 1,000 miles away, which I don't recommend. If you can avoid doing that, I I recommend not doing that. But sometimes life requires big changes. And I didn't know, right? I didn't know how well is my equipment going to survive this move, because everything got put in freight containers. I had to store most of my knives in their boxes and then put those boxes in other boxes. Kind of like this convoluted Russian doll of cardboard. Yeah. I don't even have my camera set up right. Hold on. It's been a whirlwind of a couple weeks, guys. And I promised everyone before I moved that I'd be back in June. And then I was able to come back a few days earlier. So I did, and it wasn't perfect. You guys couldn't see it in the last live stream, but this studio was torn apart. I had just enough stuff set up to do the live stream. So I did it, because I truly, utterly miss connecting with the core audience of this channel, whether it's 5 people or 500,000 people. The live streams are the opportunity to do that. And so if you wonder why I do these live streams, it's 100% because I enjoy chopping it up with you guys. That's why I also have the Only Spartans Discord. Shout out to the Spartans, all of you Spartans out there. Yeah. If you want to hang out with the Spartans, if you want to be a Spartan, consider becoming a channel member. I made it as cheap as YouTube let me. It's 99 cents. And you can be a recruit. You can join the Only Spartans Discord and chop it up with us. And there's some cool stuff going on in there too. We've got the knife yard sale. I just checked on that before the live stream. That's been doing well. People are selling knives, trusted members of the community, banking for Bladeshow, which I will not be attending. I considered it. I had the opportunity to. I had the opportunity to run some tables for some different knife manufacturers, and I really wanted to, but I recognized that doing the move and then directly afterwards going into Bladeshow and then having to contend with time off from my regular job and then my side hustle and then it was just too much. It was too much. I'm going to make it to a Bladeshow one of these days. I'm now very close to Bladeshow West, so I might make it to that. But anyways, my monologue aside, we got the chat filling up, so I think it's a good time to start saying hi to everybody. First person in the chat, we got Marco, thanks for being a channel member, my man, and thanks for being the first person in the chat. Welcome into Henry G. We got the Matt D, another channel member in the house. Charles Wooden, what's up? Cat Scratch, he says, woohoo, Wednesday. It's Wednesday live. Listen, knife years are like dog years. They go by very fast, which means that 2 weeks is essentially 10 months. Okay? It's a long time for someone that uploads multiple videos and does multiple live streams every single week. To do nothing for the span of 2 weeks was a lot. But we're back, baby, and I'm glad to be back. Good to see you, Paul Mills. Thanks for being a channel member. We got RJ Atwell says, best knife under $300. That's a loaded question. Best is very subjective, right? And when people ask me, well, what's the best this or what's the best that? It kind of depends. When we are talking truly best, it's not just about the price point. It's also about things like, do you care about the quality of the manufacturing? A lot of people don't want to hear this, but unless you're in the 500 plus range, some of the best made knives out there are not made in this country. Some of the most amazing knives out there are, but they don't cost under $500. And also it kind of depends on things like what are you using it for? What's the use case scenario? Are you primarily cutting through boxes? Are you a fidget monster? Are you deplorable like me and you can't help yourself throughout the day? You just have this nervous tick where you flick knives and piss off the spouse. I mean, so understand this. When I give you the answer to this, it's the answer of my personal opinion based on my personal use case experience. I'm not hard on EDC knives. I have very basic cutting tasks. I am not a construction worker. I cut down cardboard boxes, often that originally contained other knives. I also, funny story, before I give the answer to this, story time. So we're at this new house, right? And I finally have a yard. I've got a half-acre yard, but the previous tenants did not take care of shit. I'm talking, they didn't pull weeds. They didn't mow the lawn. The Wild West out here in Boise, Idaho. Truly. And so we bought this lawnmower, you know, and me being, you know, smart thinker, I had to, you know, we got an electric lawnmower. Don't come at me in the comment section. I know gas powered is better, but anyways, so they loaded it at Walmart. They loaded it into the car, and I completely underestimated just how ungainly this big old box containing this brand new electric lawnmower was. And so I get up to the house, like I get home, right? And I pull into the driveway in front of the garage, and I get out, and I'm unpacking the dirt, you know, because we're doing some landscaping on this new place. And I take it out of, I go to take the lawnmower out of the back of the SUV, and I'm like, this is like, it's a big ass box, and it's hard to carry, not because of its weight, but because of just how, like, the size, the scope of this. I'm like, we know what I should do. It's not going to stay in the box. Lawnmowers have wheels. So the knife in my pocket at that time was this guy. This is a brand new acquisition. Yeah, look at that. Sage 6. Sage 6. So I got this guy out, and I'm like, I'm going to unbox this bad boy right here in my driveway. Why carry something that has wheels? So I did. And it made things a lot easier. Lawnmowers are not meant to be carried. They're meant to be wheeled around. That's why they have wheels. But the moral of this story is, like, that's my use case scenario. I'm going to use what I have in my pocket. The best knife under $300 is something that costs under $300 that's in your pocket. That day just happened to be this knife, which consequently is at $300. This is the Sage 6, the first, well, not the first. It's the first non-Spyderco smock with the button operated compression lock made by Spyderco. Previous to this, Spyderco only did the smock with the, we'll call it the smock lock. And I got this because this one is the exclusive sprint run in S90V. And a lot of people, like, I told people that I really wanted this one, and they're like, why? It's too expensive. It's $300. It's a sprint run. Don't question me. It's a sprint run. Don't question me. Fantastic knife. Full flat ground. Full carbon fiber handle skills. A lot of the distributors got this wrong. If you go to Blade HQ, it'll say that the S90V version is peel ply, which is bullshit. It's not peel ply. It is solid carbon fiber. And I know this because I was looking at the sides, right? And I should probably be saving this for the episode that I have coming up on this guy, but I was looking at the sides. I'm like, you know, looking at those striations, you can see the layers of carbon fiber. If you just look, like, that doesn't look like peel ply. And I checked out like 5 retailers. They all got it wrong. Every single one of them's like, oh, copy and paste the S30V listing. Add S90V. No wonder people think it's overpriced. No wonder. Because I wouldn't want to pay $300 for peel ply carbon fiber over G10. I just wouldn't, even if it is made in Taiwan. I mean, I didn't know for certain when I ordered this, but I had a feeling, and that feeling was correct. It is full carbon fiber, and I believe this is, what is this, 50K carbon fiber? I'm not sure, but unlike the Spyderco smock, and unlike the unlike the S30V variant of this knife, it is not peel ply. So this one has been a hot, bothered pocket carry, man. This has been so good. I just got it in, though. It's not actually what I carried today, but for under $300, S90V Sprint Run variant, they're still available because for some reason, people are out of their freaking minds thinking that you can get full solid carbon fiber and S90V made in Taiwan for less. That's my response. And I gave you a story to go with it. RJ Atwell, welcome in, man. Thank you for giving me a good topic to talk about. Let's go. That was one hell of a monologue. And I am sweating, guys. There is no ceiling fan in here. I've got the windows open, but the lights are bright. Hopefully it cools down. I got some water over here. Anyways, what's up, Ryan? What's up, David V? Good to see you, man. Nick Travellini, thanks for being a channel member. We got the Pond says, ooh, audio is that doing that doubling echo thing. I know what caused it. I can fix it for the next one. Apologies. Let me know if the audio is in fact doubling up during the live. I'll have to check out these chats. As I get through them. So I'm going to just scroll down real quick and see. All right. I don't see anyone else talking about it. So maybe it was just during the live waiting. Maybe. Jim Miller says, how is the new job? I didn't have to change my job. My full-time regular day job, I work remote. My job came with me. So the good news is that unlike many people who do a move of that scope, I didn't have to change my employment. I got to keep it. I'm very grateful for that. Very thankful for that. It was one less stressor. So the current job is still great. Still dig my day job. Paul Mills says, Rollshambo, I like the hat. I got this on the trip. I stopped at Little America in Wyoming. What is that? Like Highway 86, highway something. Little America, nice little truck stop village. I've always wanted to buy a hat from there. Every time I've gone through, and I never have. And I was like, you know what? I'm not coming back this way. I don't know the next time I'm going to be driving to Colorado. Let's do it. So I bought a hat. The old school channel hat, which was a gift from the very first channel member I ever had. Shout out to Oreo Dave. That has seen so much abuse. My wife gives me a hard time about that hat. She's like, you should retire the hat. Maybe it should become a wall ornament. Maybe I need a new channel hat. But in the meantime, I was like, you know what? New hat, new me. But thank you. I'm glad that you like that. Ed B says 34 people, 4 likes. Come on, Roll needs that.
This is Sparta!
But seriously, Spartan, kick the like button. Do it for me. I would appreciate it. Channel took a hit while I was out. People stop watching when there's no content. Imagine that. Tom Cook, thanks for being a channel member. Welcome in. And Ed B, thank you for being a long-time channel member. That's what that different icon is for. In case you didn't know, shout out to Wicked Dream Designs, another channel member in the house. Guys, check out the Wicked Dream Designs Nefarious. I'm not entirely sure if there's any still available, but you definitely want to check it out in case there is. Just read the rave reviews from the everyday people who bought that knife. People who bought it absolutely love it. Let's go. We've got... Hold on. Jim Miller with the 5 gifted memberships. Jim, thank you, man. Thank you.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
I appreciate you, Jim. And congrats to the new and or returning Spartans who received those gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Jim. Let's go. Welcome into Craig Vincent. What's up? TC Blades. More channel members piling in the chat. Yep, knife years do equal dog years. We agree on that. Let's go. Splitting Slices. What's up, man? Good to see you. Ace Payload in the house. What's up, man? I'm trying to get to the bottom. I'm trying to get to the more recent comments. I don't want to miss stuff because there's some good comments in here. John Tagamori, what's up, dude? He says Sage 6 and S9. Hey, imagine that. I'm just catching up on the chat now, but that is literally what I said. Sage 6 and S90V under $300. Do it. And you don't have to get the one in S90V. Like the one in S30 is $210. If you get it on White Mountain Knives, you can use a content creator discount code. I don't know if they still have any, but you can get 10% off there and save a few bucks. Just gonna go ahead and put that out there. Ed B says wire clip. I'm right. I hate wire clips. I know you don't like the, uninspired round holes of the Spyderco, but we both agree that wire clips are just, no. I'm planning on replacing the clip, obviously. But in the meantime, I'm carrying it just like the good Lord intended. Like I'm looking at this knife and I'm thinking to myself, with full 50K carbon fiber on here, S90V, aside from the clip, what do I need to change? Carbon fiber is an amazing handle scale material. People know this. I don't think they truly understand the scope of just how good of a handle scale material carbon fiber is. The strength, the shear strength, the tensile strength. I've actually looked into this stuff when I was planning on doing a steel snob video on handle scale materials, because I want to say, you know what, if you were to look at the different categories of shear strength and tensile strength, specific strength is another one, and you were to compare it, you know, aluminum, carbon fiber, titanium, the most impressive material by far was not titanium. It was not zirconium. Spoiler alert, it was carbon fiber. There is very few materials out there that are nearly as impressive for what you get. The strength to weight ratio is incredible. So I'm looking at this like, do I really want to, like, I know that right now there's no aftermarket scale options out there, right? There will be. It's inevitable. I don't know if I'm going to need to, though. The carbon fiber's already on it. Replace the clip? Absolutely. Get a backspacer? If they end up making them, sure. Replace the scales? I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. Tom Cook says, I got the Sage 6 and S90V as well. While I'm okay with the carbon scales, I can't wait for some custom scales. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There ain't a damn thing wrong with that. There's some amazing scale makers out there that I know are currently in the works making scale replacements for this knife. Anaso, what's up, dude? He says, hey, everybody, can't stay finishing work, but do want to unite with my fellow Bladeshow holdouts for whatever reason. Hey, man, enjoy the rest of your work day. We'll catch you on the flip side, my friend. And we're going to keep it rolling. Hold on. Imbal, what's up? He says, not sure if hot take, but I can't stand wire clips on a knife. The community is divided, like on most things. I don't like wire clips. I'll say this. I don't like wire clips for purely shallow reasons, okay? Because these do function really well. Wire clips function really well. Easy in and out of the pocket. You get good retention. I hate the way they feel in my hand. Shallow. And I hate the fact that they look like they took a paper clip and like, yep, good enough for government work. If you disagree, that's completely fine. We can disagree and still be friends. That's what it's all about, is the differing opinions, right? That's why I hate wire clips. That, and there's not a whole lot of replacement options out there. I'm most definitely going to be replacing this wire clip with an an Rips Garage Tech wire clip replacement, because in my opinion, they make the best wire clip replacement out there. No offense to Lynch Northwest or those of you who use that replacement clip. I just prefer a milled clip over a stamped or bent clip, regardless of the material. Lone Star Talboy, what's up, man? He says, earthquake drama here in Izmir, Turkey. 6.2, getting close to 150 since my time began. Damn, dude, stay safe. That's concerning. RJ says, audio is fine. Perfect. Yep, okay, so it was just the intro music. I know what I did. I screwed up my audio channels, and so it was playing the same source. It was playing the same track from two different sources. I will fix that in the next live stream. You have my word. Not that people care. I've had so many people be like, yeah, I just mute the waiting room music. You can never make people happy. TC Blade says, oh my God, Shambo, Little America, haven't thought of that place since I was a kid riding out west with my dad. I know I'm not the only one. It's an institution. Is it a Buc-ee's? No, it's not a Buc-ee's. But for Wyoming, it's damn good. Easily. Knives by Mark, what's up? He says, we can do better with the likes. Thank you. Guys, Spartan, kick that like button.
This is Sparta!
Even if you're watching the replay, Spartan, kick the like button, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Help get the word out that we're live. Ryan says, my Pictus arrives tomorrow, but I leave out of town tomorrow and it won't be back until Sunday, Saturday. But now you have something to look forward to for when you get back. That's always a good thing. Congrats on the pickup, by the way. The Pictus looks sweet. I definitely want one. Greg McCutcheon, thank you for being a channel member. Welcome in. Mike and Ike's EDC, another channel member in the house. What's up? What's up? Thanks for riding with the channel. Henry G, Liquid Retro says, I actually like the wire. See, this is what I'm talking about. The community is split. You either love it or you hate it. There are very few people that are like, you know what? Could take it, could leave it. Like, you either love it because of its utility or you hate it. I am in the hate it crowd. It's fine. There's options for everybody. He says deeper carry than the standard Spyderco clip that comes on most models. You're absolutely right. The utility on wire clips are great. I won't act like it's not. I just hate the way that it looks. And I know, like, every time I feel it, wire clips feel cheap to me, but they function extremely well. I'm going to replace it. I'm going to replace it with the Rips Garage Tech clip. No sweat. Jim says, I'm going Friday and Saturday, whoever asked. So, Jim, hey, congrats, man. I'm a holdout for Bladeshow this year. I've missed it the last 3 years running. I know. But I'll be there in spirit. Maybe. If I'm not too busy making videos, we'll see. Hey, Revolving Blades, shout out to you. Thanks for the $5 super. Thank you. He says, love the Sage 6 and S90V and the new hat. Thanks, man. I'm glad. Dude, people dig the new hat. I didn't know. I was like, people are going to ask me what happened to the old school channel hat. It's like, you know what? Whatever. I need a haircut. You don't want to see what's underneath this hat anyways. All right, hold on. Hey, shout out to my man Crazy Roach, who's been a channel member for 16 months.
This is Sparta!
Thank you, man, for riding with the channel for 16 months. Definitely appreciate it. Aero Velocity, what's up? He says, wonder if any other company is going to make their own version of Olight's OAL for handle materials. I hope so. Look, I want to see companies do stuff like that. I want to see innovation. I want to see them try something new. I get bored when they're like, you know what? We've got an exciting new release. Frame lock, flipper tap. No, try something new. New blade shape, cool. New blade material or a blade material that's not common, cool. New locking mechanism, extra cool. Or little used locking mechanism modified so it doesn't, mess with IP, even better. New deployment mechanism, even better. But you don't see, like, there's so few companies that are willing to take those risks because they have their money on the line and they're like, the community just wants another frame lock flipper tab knife. Not that there's anything wrong with frame locks or flipper tabs. I happen to like both of those things. I just get more excited when I see something new. Olight is a company that is big enough. They have the financial backing to take chances and do things like come up with their own handle scale material. I believe what they did was they modified, I'm not certain, so I could be far left field here, but I believe they took 7071 aluminum alloy and then they messed with that. That's kind of the feeling that I get out of it. It's an extremely strong, extremely premium feeling titanium, but one of the downsides is that they're limited on the types of colors that they can hard coat anodize on OAL. Anyways, Ed B says, I have an 18-pound bike made of carbon fiber. I believe it. Sounds like a big old bike. 18 pounds of carbon fiber is a lot, but not for a bike. 18 pounds on a bike is actually rather light. Revolving Blade says, got a new clip on mine already. I knew it. I keep trying to collaborate with Rips Garage Tech and they just leave me on red. The only time I've ever had them actually respond to one of my requests to collaborate was it wasn't even a request to collaborate. I emailed them one time. I'm like, hey, I ordered these two things separately. Can you combine shipping? And they're like, yeah, sure. We can do that for you. It's like, would you like to collaborate? Crickets. Because they know I'm a sucker for their gear. They know I'm a sucker for their gear. Who knows? Maybe they'll see one of my videos one day and decide that they want to partner with the channel. Would love that. Would love to start getting partnerships with some of my favorite companies out there. Like Spyderco. They're never going to sponsor me. But it would be cool. It'd be really cool. Crazy Roach says they do function well. I just can't say. Same boat. I'm telling you, the I hate wire clips crew, we're all on the same page about this. Lone Star says wire clips can be difficult to figure out how to use on those tactical fingernail cleaners. I guess. Ed B says wire clips make good nipple clamps, though. Demonetized. Man, you guys are killing me. Jim, lurk away, brother. Lurk away. We're going to be here running in the background. Retro Ryan says, we are planning on heading to Bladeshow and plans fell through. Oh, I'm sorry, man. That's rough. Maybe there will be a silver lining. You never know. You never know. All right. Ace Palin says that's 2 RNK live streams worth. What are we talking about? I need to catch up with the chat. Hold on. Ryan says, I'll be the exception. Wire clips are okay. Just no. No devil's advocate here. You're in one camp or the other and you know it. There comes a price point for everyone where they're like, you know, I like wire clips, but for that price, $300, believe it or not, is not the most I've spent on a knife that had a wire clip. That would actually be the Spyderco Swish buoy at 450. I feel gross saying that. Wire clips just look and feel cheap. They work well, no doubt about it. They look and feel cheap. Hey, the Night's Edge. Welcome to Neil. He says, well. If it isn't Mr. 10, 12K. Yeah. You know what? During the move, during my 2-week hiatus, the channel just like silently, like a ship in the night, just cruised to 12K. I'm not sweating the subs, guys. I'm not sweating the subs. It is cool to see the numbers go up. You know, when you run a channel, it's cool to see that number go up, obviously. What I look for is engagement. How many people watch the videos? How many people leave comments on those videos? Like, did I spark enough interest with the content that I spent the time making for someone to actually feel the desire to leave a comment? And that's why even bad comments are good. Even comments where they're like, you look like you have troll fingers. You know what? I don't know what inspired them to say that, but they were still inspired. You look at some really well-made videos out there that don't inspire a single person to say anything. You look at them and they're like 15,000 views, 8 comments. Like, come on. I love the interactions. So that's what I shoot for. I shoot for engagement. I want to make videos that get people talking. I love the conversation because it's all a hobby that we share, right? That's what I shoot for. So thank you for the shout out for 12K. That was cool to see. I would love to see a video where I get like 1,000 comments, where there's so many comments that I feasibly cannot keep up with them all. That's what I would love to see. Neil says, lurking and drive safe, damn it. Stop looking at your phone, Neil. Or not. I mean, you can keep watching. That's fine too. Just be safe. Did I miss Ian Coates? Is there an Ian Coates sighting? I need to scroll up. Ian. Hold on. I see that Ian Coates left a message in the chat and then he retracted it, so I can't highlight it. Ian, welcome in to Ian Coates. We'll find a new comment from him. Channel mod, channel member, all around fixture in the community. What's up, Ian? Welcome into B Shady. What's up, man? Good to see you. Ian says, hi, you silly fucks. Off to bed for a day full of traveling, but wanted to show I'm still alive. You retracted the other comment? I rarely cuss on this live stream. I'll do it for you. People always wonder, like, is Rollshambo a goody two-shoes? Is there a reason why he doesn't cuss? Is he afraid of the demonetization demon on YouTube? Look, I learned, I cuss all the time, but I've learned that when you're talking with a group of people, deciding when to cuss is more important than the frequency. If you say something a lot, it goes in one ear and out the other. If you choose when to say stuff that is impactful, it's more impactful. So I just choose when to do it. Like when Ian shows up in the chat. Have a great rest of your night, Ian. Thanks for dropping by, man. Mike and Ike says, oh, and by the way, thanks for being a channel member for 9 months. What? He says, Spyderco PM2, which blade steel should I get? I feel like that's a loaded question because there's so many good blade steels out there. And you know what? Before we head into the pocket checks, let's just look at some of the options. We'll go to one of the most, popular, well-stocked retailers out there. Look at that. Do you see that? I made my face on the screen share slide smaller so you can see more of the actual screen share. So, Spyderco Paramilitary 2. There is obviously S45. No, what happened? Hold on. There we go. There is obviously S45VN. That's the base steel. That's the base steel. That's what these are going to be. You can get a crew carta, which is crewware micarta, obviously. A lot of people are going to say this guy right here because crewware is such a phenomenal steel. I love crewware. It's not seriously stainless though. It's an upgraded tool steel, but it's not seriously stainless. But people live and die by their crewware Spydercos. I've got a couple. I've got a crewware paramilitary 2. It's a DLT exclusive with DLC coating. So this is a good option. $217. Let's see what else they got. S45VN, micro melt Maximate. Damn. If you want some insane wear resistance and cutting power, and you don't want to have to sharpen your knife very often, but when you do, you're okay sitting down for 3 hours, Maximate is a good option, and they actually have them available. They are expensive. The reason why this price is high, it's the same reason why the Rex 121 Sage 5 has a high price, and that's because they go through consumables when they grind out higher wear resistance steels. They do. They just go through way more consumables. So you're always going to pay more for higher wear resistant steels on Spyderco knives, but that is an option. So you can go way to the top with your wear resistance and edge retention. It's not what I would consider to be a heavy duty steel. Spyderco's Maximate has been known to have issues cracking when dropped from, say, like a ladder onto gravel. So just be aware of that. Great for, if you're like me and you have simple cutting tasks, but if you do something more hardcore than cutting cardboard or popping zip ties, I wouldn't recommend it. Let's see. More S45, but this time with camo G10. I believe you can get S110V. Is that what this one is? Spy 27. Spy 27 is not bad. That's Spyderco's proprietary steel. It's supposed to be somewhere around S35VN. Performs kind of similarly to that. What else? I swear I've seen S110V. S110V would actually be one that I'd be really interested in checking out, because it's high wear resistance, but it's also high corrosion resistance. More Spy 27. Come on. I know there's S110V. You can, of course, get it in my favorite, which is MagnaCut, but yeah, there it is. S110V, $253. So the nice thing about this is that it's a high wear resistance, high corrosion resistance. It's a stainless steel. It's going to be priced between like the S45VNs of the world and the Maximates of the world, but you're going to get the best of both worlds there, because S110V has a high amount of wear resistance and edge retention. It's a stainless steel, but it also has enough toughness where it's going to be a bit more rugged than something like Maximate. And they got the blurple scales. Not that it matters, you can buy whatever scales you want for these, but if I was looking to buy another, because I already have two. My two paramilitary 2s are in crewware and LMAX. But if I was looking to buy a third, S110V, a close second, in my opinion, would have to be MagnaCut. I'm not sure. Can you buy a MagnaCut paramilitary 2? Or did they sell out? You can get the Para 3 in MagnaCut, but the Paramilitary 2 in MagnaCut, at least on Blade HQ, is sold out. So they do make them. They are popular. But S110V would be my go-to choice as of this moment. Anyways, if you didn't know, now you know. What's up, GeoKnife? GeoKnife in the house. Good to see you. Hold on. Wow, the chat jumped a lot. Ed B says, the Night's Edge, if you're an amateur, what does that make Rollshambo? I do this in my free time. I am also an amateur. Retro Ryan says, how are the new digs? It's great, man. I moved from a situation where I was in a condominium, which is like, a fancy word for a big old apartment in Denver. Love the Mile High, but it was time for a change. I love the new living situation because now I have neighbors that don't live on top of me and below me. I'm in a house now, which is great. It's a great change. But now I have, yard work to do. So it comes with its own set of challenges. But I love not living on top of and below and like directly adjacent to other people. Like my neighbors, I have to throw a stone in order to hit them. When I lived in a condo, if I wanted to talk to one of my neighbors, all I had to do was drill a hole in a wall. So I'm enjoying the space. I feel less claustrophobic, which is nice. I still need to set up my studio. There's like, these walls are lifeless right now. I need to put up some decorations, some lights, something. We'll get there. We're still living out of boxes, but we're doing good. Thanks for asking, Ed. Excuse me. Thanks for asking, Ryan. Sierra Rick, what's up? Cicero says, my only negative on the downdraft is the damn wire clips. Look, the only time I'm okay with the wire clip is if that knife also comes with a different clip, so you have the choice. Like wire clips, in my opinion, are so cheap that anytime a knife has a wire clip, they should design it with 2 clips. Let's just send both. Just send both. Charge the $5 or $10 extra, whatever. But don't force us to look at this and be like, well, now I got to go over to Lynch Northwest or Rip's Garage Tech. Send us both. Devo Knives did that. Devo Knives did that where they had a knife that they released. They may have done this on multiple knives. I think it was that the Stout V2? I don't know. But they sent both. And so people had the opportunity to go milled clip or wire clip. And I think that was great. More companies should do that. Ed B says, doesn't Maximate shatter when you look at it wrong? I mean, I guess you could hurt its feelings. You talk about its uninspired round hole. Right? Welcome into Blake Olson says, saw a PM2 Maximate on KS knife swap. Like new for 140. The thing about buying from a place like Knife Swap is everyone's going to list their knife as like new and never cut or carried. Never cut or carried. Oh, really? Oh, really? So you're telling me you got it out of the box, you looked at it, and then you put it back in the box and said, now is a good time to go ahead and lose 60 or 70 bucks on Knife Swap. I don't always buy it. I go to Knife Swap like everybody else. I bought plenty of knives on Knife Swap. I don't know if I'm completely buying it when people are like, I never cut or carried. Okay, you Boy Scout. Gullables written on the ceiling. Paul Mills says, I like Maximate. I have a Para 3 in Maximate. Nice. I don't own any Maximate. It's been one of those interesting steals. Like, I've got Rex 121, S90V, CPM 15V. I bought another Spyderco and CPM 15V. Stay tuned for that. Ace Paylon says, my PM2 is S110V. Nice. How do you like it? Paul Mills says, I have a Native 5 in S110V, had a Manix 2 in S110V, but gave it to a buddy. I bet it stayed sharp for forever. Jim Cox, thank you for being a channel member for 2 months. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Ed B says, great, now Roll is going to cancel lives because he has yard work to do and clean snow in the wintertime. I had to do that anyways. Because, you know, when I lived in the condominium complex, they would hire people to come out and do it, but they would do it on their time. Meanwhile, the more people, those of you with steps know what I'm talking about. If you walk on steps that have a decent amount of snow on them, all you do is create more and more of a hazard. So that means that, you know, I would go out and I would shovel off the steps outside because I was on the second floor. I wasn't waiting for the whatever company the HOA hired to do that for our building. I would just go and do it because it wasn't safe to let people just walk down and compact it, and because everybody else that lived in my building was either old and not able to, or freaking lazy and would never do it themselves. So we got a shovel. I would shovel it all the time. You know, the few days a year where we would have heavy snows in my part of Denver, I would shovel it because I didn't want to trip or fall or slip and slide down the stairs. Like, old people lived in our building, but there were some able-bodied people too that were just lazy and entitled. They're like, no, I'm gonna wait, but in the meantime I'm gonna walk on it and make it dangerous for everybody else. Don't miss that. I don't know if you can see the irritation, but I don't miss that at all. Craig says, I have Spyderco's S110 VS45 S36, I think you mean S35, BD1N, MagnaCut Spy 27, 8CR, still want Crewwear Maxmit and CTS XHP. What else do they have? I've seen 20 CV. I've seen I think I've seen 20 CV. Have I? I think so. 15V. You're missing 15V on that list. For sure. Gas Station Knives, what's up, man? Thanks for being a channel member. Says, what's up, guys? Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing fantastic. I do need to drink more water, though. Why did the water have to be put so far away? It's not vodka. It's water. Hey, Neil finally got a stovepipe, a Spyderco stovepipe for 300. That's a good deal. Did you buy it brand new, or was that a secondary market buy? Let us know. The stovepipe is still on my list. I keep missing out on, like, every year since they released, there's been at least one time during the year where they've dipped during a sale under the $300 mark, and I've missed it each and every time. Gonna have to get a stovepipe. Sierra Rick says, Rolls, people are moving to Idaho in droves because of Cali politics and property values. Yeah, you know, the city of Boise is still growing. It hit a boom during COVID. Many cities did. Boise was one of them. But the growth has slowed to it's plateaued to a regular amount of growth each year now. So I don't know about at least Boise growing in droves, at least at this point. A lot of people moved here. They spiked the property values. You know, back before COVID, property values here were really nice. Now they're getting up there. Blake says stovepipe versus chef. What do you choose? You know, personal opinion on this. I know a lot of people would take the Spidey Chef. A lot of people would. If you had said stovepipe versus swish buoy, I would go with the swish buoy. But stovepipe versus chef, I'm going stovepipe. Absolutely. The Spyderco stovepipe is an amazing knife. A lot of people don't like it because it has ergos that are kind of like, if you have large to extra large size hands, the stovepipe can have cramped ergos. But if you are the average size hand, which is a medium to large size hand, I find that the ergos are great. I personally prefer the stovepipe over the chef. That would be my call. All right. The chat is jumping. We're just going to jump with it. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any shout outs. Hey, shout out to David V, who just donated $2 to the super. Says just listed a stage 1 Maximate in Discord or best offer. We'll get there. Why wait? Why wait? You know what? Let's do that. Let's go ahead and check out the Only Spartans Discord where all the fun happens. Here it is, guys. The Only Spartans Discord. This is where channel members come to hang out. If you want to be a part of our new and budding community, we've got a lot of great things going on here. You can hang around and shoot the shit with us in the hangout and chat. If you don't want to do that and you just want to share your pocket check and see what everybody else is carrying, you can do that. If you want your pocket check featured on the live stream on Wednesdays and Saturdays, you can do that, because every live stream we will go right here. So a good reason to become a channel member. Why not? So today we're going to go ahead and start with the first carry of the day. That's going to be Nick T with Warney Wednesday. He's got the Evolved EDC Sin and the High Grain Designs DeVille, and I believe that's a tactile turn bolt action pen. Am I right? I'm right. I'm pretty sure. And then he's got the I forget what company that is. What company does that fidget toy? I don't know. Sweet carry though. Vavelski's got the Rainy Wednesday carry. Look at that. He's got the he's got the Tanto Umnums on and the Pictus. What a great carry. Love it. Sweet photo too. There's something about water on knives that just looks good. The Pond says, who carries tool steel in monsoon season? This guy. he's got the 80-20.5, and of course, is that the, I always get this wrong. It's the Andela. It's the, I wasn't just craning my head to see what it was on the scales, I promise. And then of course, Olight Arkfeld Ultra. Dazed coming in hot with the Kaiser Drop Bear utility knife. At least I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Kaiser Drop Bear utility knife. Very nice. My carry today carried this guy, the Quiet Carry 9 in Vanax Super Clean Sea Swirl carbon fiber. One of the most underrated knife. Like, this is a popular knife, and I still believe it's underrated. This knife, in my opinion, competes with knives that are twice as expensive. Easily. The quality here, the contoured titanium, the knurling, everything is just Quiet Carry is so good. So good. I've got to get my hands on an LCT because they're still available. I've got other things I need to buy right now, but I've been considering an LCT because of this guy. This is a knife so nice, I bought it twice. The Quiet Carry 9. And of course, hold on. It's still in the pocket. This is a Hank from a custom knife maker called Darak Steel. Yeah. I like this. I like carrying a Hank in my pocket every day. It kind of helps keep the pocket straight. You know what I hate is when my pocket gets all crumpled on the inside, and then you go to put something in it and you can't because everything is crumpled and wrinkled. The small things that irritate you, right? That was my carry today. Ace Palone's got his own drop bear that looks like the Burlap Micarta drop bear. Very nice. Craig Vincent, he's got the Swift. Which one is that? The Swift 3 Spyderco Paramilitary 2 in, is that S45? I think so. He's got a Para 3 Salt. I believe that's a Para 3 Salt in Magna Cut. He's got the Ritter Hogue. He's got the 8010. And he's got the FM1. Oh, and the Titanium Spyderco Tenacious. Very nice. Make My Day, aka Revolving Blades. He's got, wait, what is that? The Stiffy P fixed blade. Not super familiar with that one. I've heard of that, but I'm not super familiar with it. He's got an Axial. Is that an Axial Alpine V1? A Bark River Knives. Did you really carry all of those fixed blades? Where was the space? Like, I can believe it with some people in pocket knives because the clips and everyone's got multiple pockets. Was your belt made out of fixed blades? Those are just some cool fixies though. Very nice. Crazy Roach with the Yan chevron and the American Bladeworks slip joint. Everyone's favorite slip joint. Everyone's impressed with the American Bladeworks slip joint because it is so inexpensive. They retail under $200, titanium. I believe it's MagnaCut super steel, but I'm not entirely certain. I'm not the biggest slip joint guy, but I do like a few out there. That's one that I do want to check out at some point. TC Blades got the McNeese 3.5, the Spyderco Smock with Met and Boss scales, and the Vero Mini Nova. Very nice. Love those Met and Boss scales. Met and Boss does great work. Gas station knives with gas station knives with a gas station knife. I love it, man. That's fantastic. Matt is carrying the Knoll Voodoo number 73 tactile turn bolt G13 special bandana from Sendero Provisions, and as always the trusty Zippo. Gosh, Knoll Knives Voodoo is such a good looking knife. It's like even the swedge is hollow ground. That's insanity. Beautiful, beautiful knife. One Sneaky Bee's got the Concept Fenrir in Damascus and Damascus. Love it. Absolutely love it. Is that a Sage? Sage 5 with Applied Weapons Tech scales? I believe it is. Yeah, Rex 121 wearing Applied Weapons Tech scales. Very nice. Jim Cox, he's got the Bodhi LL and Agent 003. Ooh, TKL. I haven't talked about it at all, but my most recent episode is on this guy right here. It's on my desk. This has still been getting a lot of carry time. I didn't carry it today. I took a break today. Don't come at me. I took a break from this today. This is the TKL and Melissa Backwoods Worn EDC, and this is my first opportunity to check out a TKL knife. Shout out to Melissa Backwoods, who got me on the list with TKL, which is super cool. Shout out to Melissa Backwoods. Anyways, you want to see my thoughts on this guy? If you're into EDC fixed blades, check out my most recent video on this. It's the Worn EDC. And yes, I know many of you are like, I hate retention rings. You don't have to use the retention ring. They also come with scales that don't have the ring. They also come with longer scales, shorter scales. They got a lot of options. Too bad, so sad they're all sold out. But they will be doing another run of these. For those who missed out on this, on the first run, they will be doing another run of the TKL Melissa Backwoods Worn EDC. So shout out to both of those groups for including me in the opportunity to review. Anyways, that's cool. I definitely want to check out more TKL knives. The Agent 003 looks sick. Love the way it looks. I love when they do that kind of like ice cream scoop milling on those handles. Yeah, that looks great. The Bodhi LL, and the Bodhi LL is this guy. I'm not familiar with that, but that looks awesome. Ooh, Wicked Dream Designs says John Tagamori polished handle Cortex XL. That handle looks wet. That handle looks, it's so well polished, it looks wet. I like that. Makes me wonder if I should polish mine. Jim's carrying the sencut Wataga, the Petrified Fish Pat, and the Keith the Knife Freak Sacks. Very nice. Solid carry. As always, love the American Dream in the background, Jim. If you're still lurking, love the carry, man. Love the photo. Warrior Guild's got the Microtech Stitch Auto Full Serration and the Tactile Knife Company Chupacabra. I almost spaced on it. It's the Chupacabra. I like the Chupacabra. I'm bored by the blade shape. It's the same, like I reviewed one. I liked it. I want a more aggressive blade shape because I love the way that it feels when you deploy it. I love the utility of the super lock. I love that they're the first company not named, We Knife Company to come out with a variation of the super lock, because there's no utility patent on it. Snex, the designer of the super lock, left it open so that other companies could use it. The hard thing about the super lock, if you're wondering why you don't see a lot of knives from other companies out there, is that Snex did not publish the design for the super lock. So any company that wants to make a knife with that lock, they have to go it alone. They're allowed to, like, you know, they can buy a knife that has it and study it and make their own diagrams. But the secret sauce was never published as far as like the drawings. That was something that I heard from Sharif Manganis of Manganis Steel, because he wanted to use the super lock on one of his knives. He reached out to Snex. Snex didn't get back to him at all. Apparently, they never publicized. Sean Connery publicized the diagrams for that lock. That's why you don't see a lot of knives out there with it. That's why it's also cool that Tactile did that. Ed's got the CLK2D. I almost blanked there. It's the Chapman Lake Knives CLK2D. Very nice. Love that knife. One of my favorite American-made button plunge locks ever. Drinkwater is got the full track. Oh, you've got a full track warning. Man, I want a full track warning. They've done a couple releases. I've missed it each and every time. I need to drink more water. Stay hydrated. Jim says the Bridgeport Bodie LL is super fidgety with the front and back flipper and the thumb cutout. Nice. I know Bridgeport makes good knives. That's what everybody tells me. I need to check one out. Ace says, yes, 8 weeks, got a little ceramic coating on the back spacer, but I think it was going to be that long anyways. The Bond says, I'm 5 weeks into waiting for an OG order with Cerakote. Ooh. That lead time is vicious though, right? Says, I'm okay with the waiting. I've gotten a bunch of new knives in May. Yeah, you know what? It's okay to wait as long as you know that they're good for it. Though sometimes the wait just amplifies the excitement around waiting for something that requires a lead time. I totally get that. Let's see. Wicked Dreams has got, also carried this today, fresh in the mail. Ooh, that's the new North Mountain Blades knife. They've been showing that off on Instagram. The one thing I'll say about this, because I did not reach out to them to see if they would send me a review unit. I do want to check it out. I will say this. They need to calm it down on the billboarding. They got the logo in the lock bar cutout. They got the logo on the pocket clip. They got the logo in, I believe that's kanji right there. Is that Japanese kanji? And then if you flip the blade to the other side, they've got more billboarding on the other side. Like, I get it. You want your brand to be out there. Choose a spot and stick with it, because that is a beautiful blade. I love the Sanmai blade, but the first thing I thought of when I saw that, just to be completely honest, was that's way too damn much billboarding. I love the fact that they milled the logo into the lock bar cutout. That's classy. But because you did that, you don't also need to put it on the pocket clip and then also on the blade. It's tolerable because it could still be an amazing knife, and people have proven over time by buying thousands of microtechs that billboarding won't stop someone from buying a knife. But I'm like, you know what? Just let the rest of the knife design speak for itself. You want people asking, what is that? Not, why is there so much billboarding? We get it. We get it. North Mountain Blades probably isn't watching the live stream, but if you are, less billboarding, please and thank you. Otherwise, that's a cool looking knife. Absolutely love their Japanese style tantos and the fact that they do real Sanmai. That is real Sanmai. That is not a laser etching to make it look like it's, no, that is real SLD Magic Sanmai, which is fantastic. Wicked Dream says, I just realized the branding. You're right. It's on both sides. It's too much. Like, choose a side. I'm going horse talking about how much all of that branding annoys me. I would have been okay if they had done the blade and the lock bar cutout. That lock bar cutout's actually a perfect place to put a logo. but you don't need it in like 4 different spots. We get it. It looks like a really cool knife, and that's why it's annoying seeing all that branding. Neil Johnson says, I ordered OG Cerakoted scales and it took a month plus a few days to arrive. Hopefully yours will show up soon. Fingers crossed, guys. If you want to know, hold on. We got one more. Big Jim. What? Which knife is that? Is that a that's not a Serge Panchenko knife, is it? Is that what knife is that? It looks great. I'm confused. Big Jim, is that a Serge Panchenko knife, or is that a that can't be an Asher? Let me know in the chat, guys, because I truly and honestly do not know what that is. But I love that frag pattern milling, and I love the addition of the Lynch Northwest clip. That's great. Love it. One of the other things you can do here is you can check out the knife yard sale. Check this out, guys. Check out how many knife yard sale posts there are. We're not knife swap by any stretch, but there is a whole lot of listings going on and some damn good prices too. I'm just going to go over a few. This one was from Renee Ramon, Arcform Slimfoot Auto. 125, like new in box. What? I bought one of those. When I bought one of those, I want to say it was like close to $300. That knife is essentially, it is American made. It's made by ProTech. Like that's a crazy good deal. 125 for an Arcform Slimfoot Auto. Great knife. Great price. Look at this. This one, David V is selling his Sage 1 and Maximate. He shouted this out earlier. Look at that classic Spyderco Sage 1 Maximate. That's a liner lock, right? Yep, I believe so. Like, I'm tempted by that. How much is it? David, how much is it? $200 or best offer shipped. Ooh, that's tempting. I can't. To be clear, I can't. Like right now, I've bought too many things recently. I've already got 2 other brand new Spydercos on my desk. So can't do that right now, but I would love to. Guys, check that out. $200 for a Sage 1 and Maximate is a crazy good deal. Let's go. What else is up there? Mr. Eddie. Mr. Eddie's a big time seller, and he sells in a lot of different channels, Discords. Check this out. He's got the Hoback Summit. Ooh, he's got a Curtis Customs F3. $450, not a bad price. F3 large, not a bad price on that Curtis. Mr. Eddie, I know you're probably not in the live stream right now. I might have to hit you up about that. Dave V, thanks for the $2 Superman. He says 160 for you, Roll. I appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. He's got some good ones on here. He's got a Mech Force, Boker Yen Onso 2022 collaboration, Benchmade Narrows, custom Anno Job 400, Hoback War Spear 19 of 50, 625. Something Obscene custom fiction folder. That must be this guy down here. Ooh, he's got another Curtis on there. F3 medium slim non-flipper. That could be a play right there. That could be a play right there. I've reviewed a Curtis Custom F3 medium slicer before, and I loved it. The one that I reviewed, I'll put it to you like this. The Curtis Custom that I reviewed had a tiny bit of lock rock, and I still loved it. Anyways, my point is, people are popping off in the knife yard sale. Check it out if you are a member of the Only Spartans Discord. If you want to join, that's one of the perks you can get here. There's other things too. Knife drops and deals. Check this out. We're constantly posting drops. And it's only going to get better the bigger the Only Spartans Discord gets. How do you get in? Become a channel member. Every single level of channel membership has access to the Only Spartans Discord. Once you're in, you're in. So if you sign up for $1 today, and then next month you decide that you really need that dollar for something else and you can no longer afford the channel membership, that's fine. You don't have to leave the Discord. Once you're in, you're in. You only have to become a member again if you were to leave the Discord and try to come back. It's like, you know, going out to your car at Six Flags and then being like, oh, wait, I need to go back in and ride the rides just one more time. Okay, yeah. Big Jim says Asher Spear with giant mouse lynch clip. Why does that look different than all the other Asher Spearos I've looked at? Love the lynch clip on there, by the way. Absolutely. All right. So we've gone over the Discord. Thank you everyone for sharing your pocket checks, by the way. And guys, Spartan kicked the like button for everyone's pocket checks today.
This is Sparta!
What else is out there? This is a dangerous thing for me to do, but we're going to go window shopping. Let's see, DLT. I love going here because they always have such a good, like, I love their format for upcoming drops. I truly do. Ooh, dark wash type. That's a Maverick, right? Wait, no. Am I looking at something else? Dark tactile turn, tactile knife company, dark wash, blue accents. Rockwall, Maverick, the Battle Horse. They got their link all kinds of mixed up. DLT, what's going on? Battle Horse knives. There's that one. Fixed blade. Battle Horse Field and Steel Renegade. Scandi grind. That's interesting. Black G10 orange liners, brass pins. American made. Nice. 01 tool steel. Nice. I don't know about this. I don't know about the sheath. The sheath is important with the fixed blade, and I don't know about the sheath on that one. What else? What else is new? Bark River Stowaway. Why do they show all these cool versions, and then you're like, oh, that looks great, and you just get like, there's nothing wrong with this one specifically. This does not look like what was in the picture. Like, this looks cool, not what was in the picture. A little bit of catfishing going on here. Shirgorov F95. People have been hating on these. These are widely available right now, which is crazy to me. I don't know why. People are all of a sudden, they're like, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, they're like, yeah, Shiros. Nowadays, they're like, no. I don't get it. I don't understand. I still want to check one out. I really like this milling pattern on these. Like, I get it. These are $825. That buys a lot of knife. Some design elements that interest me is I love the way they do the clip and that clip landing spot right here. Looks like it's really good in and out of the pocket. Love seeing LMAX on a blade. We get plenty of M390. Give me some LMAX every now and then. I like that. I like the milling pattern on the handle scales too. They got the Quantum Ursus. They've got the F95. Do they both look the same? Yes. Are they the same? No. No, they are not. The Little Carver. I'm trying to see if there's one that really sings to me. Ooh, this one's kind of cool. Cherry Maple Burl. Look at that. Big old billboarding right there. Wow, that is not a big knife. That picture makes it look like it might be bigger than it is. Overall, 5.75 inches. That is an EDC size fixed blade. That might be a micro fixed blade. What about this one? Little Carver Magna Cut Orange. That one also 5. Yep, 5 3/4. All right. The Claudio Sobral cast knives. That is wild. That is wild. $650. Damn. Look at that though. Got the antler handle, but looks like some sort of nice hardwood, stacked hardwood. That is crazy cool. Look at that sheath. See, but you also get the crazy sheath work too, not just the knife. Like also some really impressive leather working. Made in the US. Okay. 8.6 inches long, 01 tool steel. Integral design with premium red stag. Sheath is custom hand-tooled leather sheath by Marcelo Sobral. That is crazy. That is really cool, actually. That is really cool. I like that. I'm not the biggest fixed blade guy, but that I still find them really cool. Hey, Knife Bleed, what's up, dude? Who's been a channel member for 13 months? Knife Bleed in the house.
This is Sparta!
He says, I do think Shiro never recovered from talking smack about Neves. Really? Shirogorov talked smack about Jared Neves? I knew that what's his face? The guy that Liang Ma. I knew Liang Ma made a video about Neves, Jared Neves, that was highly unpopular because he was way, you know, out of line. But I didn't know Shirogorov made a publicly talk smack about Neves knives. I didn't know that. It's all becoming clear now. Sierra Rick says, Rolls, I think it's because the others sold out. Might be wrong. Interesting. Craig says, should I get a Martin if I'm going to get a Vosteed top liner lock? A Martin is a solid choice. I love the Vosteed Martin. I do wish that they made one that was just a little bit bigger. Like I'm talking 25, 35% bigger. Would have been perfect size for most people. It is on the smaller side. I'm not saying that it's a micro knife because it's not. It is a small size folder. I still have mine. It's survived multiple knife sales, so you know that I like it. But let's do this. Let's see what's currently available. Did you guys, speaking of their top liner locks, did you guys see this? They've got a new knife out for pre-order. The Navajas inspired Naga. They've also got some pretty cool fixed blades too. But with Vosteed, it's not just the top liner lock. Listen, the top liner lock is great, but you know what else is great? The Vancor lock. The Vancor lock is, it's so good. Video on this guy coming soon. I promise you. This is the V295 Corgi Vancor lock. Video on this guy coming soon. If I were to buy a Martin today, I would go with this one. The carbon fiber with the 154 cm. I think that looks fantastic. $109. I think that's fair for the material and the build quality. You get contoured carbon fiber handle scales, 154 cm. It's great. $109 is completely fair for this knife. That said, if you're okay stretching your knife budget a little bit, I'm not talking a lot, I'm talking a little bit. For top liner lock, check this out. You can get True Blue Norplex Ultrex micarta handle scale psyop, right? Right? Look at that. And you've got multiple options. This is what I would go with. If I really wanted a like, this is one of my favorite top liner locks ever. The new version of the Vosteed psyop, especially with the micarta handle scales and LMAX, you get a blade steel that won't quit and a handle scale material that was built for carry. And Craig, I know you carry all the time. We see your pocket checks. You carry a lot and you carry all the time. Norplex Ultrex micarta is not like everybody else's micarta. They were the first company to come up with micarta for one, which is why they do it the best. I have never been as impressed with micarta as I have been with the Norplex micarta. Love it. Absolutely love it. Listen, I'll put it to you like this. Before I moved, I did a knife sale, right? And I have a rule of no duplicates. Every time I do duplicates, I end up selling something. I had 3 Vosteed psyops. I had a full titanium. I had the micarta version like this. And then I had one in carbon fiber. Out of those 3, Vosteed only sent me one of those. I bought the other 2. So I've literally put my money where my mouth is. I sold my least favorite out of the 3, which was the titanium psyop. Most people would argue and say, oh, but you know, that's the best one. It's titanium. They're all great. But I chose to sell the titanium one and keep the micarta version because it is such a solid knife. I also kept the carbon fiber variant that I bought too, which I really like too. They're all good. I like the titanium one too. The titanium one was a top knife in my collection since I had bought it. But I don't do duplicates, and I had 3, so I had to put one up for sale. Anyways, this is what I would pick. If you can stretch your budget a little bit over on the Martin, this guy right here, the Norplex Ultrex, and you know, you could pick. Of course, it's sold out. What? Okay, scratch that. It's sold out. Sorry. Oh man, now I just feel like a dick. Wait. It says this one. Why does it say low stock for US customers? It should be in stock. What the hell? All right, Vosteed psyop. Maybe you could find one at a dealer like White Mountain Knives. White Mountain Knives or Blade HQ. Let's do this. Psyop. Their mini psyop. Mini psyop's pretty good too. Ah, damn it. That's official. Now I just feel like a dick. Here I am talking up a storm about the micarta psyop, and they're like, you can't even buy one right now. That sucks. Maybe they're still available somewhere else. What about White Mountain Knives? Sold out, sold out, sold out. Damn it.
Epic fail.
Listen. I stand by what I said. Don't base it off of availability. They will be back. I guarantee it. The micarta psyop is one of my favorite top liner lock knives ever. Hands down, period. Standing by what I said. I love the Martin, and if you're not in a position where it's, well, either or, you know, the Martin's a great option. The Martin is a bit small, in my opinion. I would have loved to have seen them make a slightly bigger version. Will we ever get a large Martin? I have no idea. If they made one, I promise you it would sell stupidly well. And I hope Vosteed knows that. I told them that. I'm not sure how much they listen to me, but there it is. Gas Station Knife says, are fixed EDC getting more popular suddenly? Seems like more people are talking about them. It does. And it's not just me. We're seeing more and more EDC fixed blades. And I think what's happening is makers and designers are doing a better job at making and designing them. We've seen massive improvements in material usage. We've seen some really cool designs. Cool sheath designs. There's a lot you can do with an EDC style fixed blade. You can place it on your belt. You can place it in your pocket. You can place it on your neck. They're extremely versatile, highly reliable. They're easier, excuse me, they are easier and less expensive to make, which means they can bring the prices down as well. I'm just going to say it, like, EDC fixed blades are in. Hey, John Blackman, welcome in, man. Good to see you. Let's go. Craig says, I will take that under consideration. Yeah. A lot of times people ask me, well, if you could only have one, and then I just go and buy both. So I might not be a good resource on that. David V says the micarta on that raccoon I bought from your roll was the best micarta of any knife I've tried. Really? Really? I'm trying to remember which one I sold. I've sold quite a few knives now. I am going to be doing another knife sale here within the next, not right now. It's probably around 2 months out. Think August. I'm going to be aiming to do another knife sale in August. And it's going to be a good one. I'm going to be parting ways with a lot of knives that I look at. I'm going to have to just come to terms with parting ways with them. Because my collection has grown. I didn't feel that until I moved, and I was like, wow, I sold like 40 knives right before I moved, and I still have so many, and I have so much limited space. So I'm going to be parting ways with some really cool pieces, probably think early August. As always, I'll do the pricing as low as I can feasibly justify, which is usually pretty damn fair. So keep your eyes peeled for that sometime in August. We're still a couple months out. I have way too many, which is good news for a lot of people. But for me, I'm like, you know what? I need to tone it down. I like to keep my collection somewhere between 30 and 80. And when I'm over that, it just feels like it's too much. Gas Station Knife says, I have a lot of full-size fixed blades. Probably my only EDC style fixed blade would be the Jack Wolf fixed EDC. I have the abalone and a titanium one. Sheath sucks ass. Listen, when it comes to fixed blades, the sheath is so important. It's what you're going to be carrying it in. People that are new to like the EDC hobby don't understand that. They think, well, it's all about the knife, right? I mean, the knife is obviously a hugely important factor, but when you're talking fixed blades, the sheath is almost equally as important, because if it's a sheath that doesn't work well with the way that you're going to carry it, what's going to happen is you just won't carry it. As far as EDC fixed blades go, though, I have a few. I've got this one. I've got one that I'm going to be reviewing soon that doesn't break the bank. I have the Axial Alpine V2. Love that knife. That one's a great little EDC fixie. I might have to start collecting American-made EDC fixed blades. If I was to do that, where would I start at? Well, I'd probably go to TKL. You can tell what I searched recently. It was the TKL Warren EDC, but we know it's sold out. Damn it. But what else do they got? By the way, their Be Less Dumb gear is amazing. I love that. They've got some good ones here. They really do have some good ones here. What about available knives? All merch, Be Less Dumb. TKLs. Here we go. Available knives. The Adversary is cool. The Combatant is cool. Kind of like this one, the DP1. Or, ooh. Hold on. Oh, look at that guy. That does not look like an EDC fixed blade right there. Where are we? Taylor's Ridge. Warthog. Oh, you know who else recently came out with one? It's the Tactile Red Hawk. If they're still available, I bet these have sold out. The Taylor Martin Tactile Knife Company Red Hawk. Yeah. Sold out. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. $229. Yeah. American made fixed blade. Taylor Martin Tactile. Who's surprised? Not this guy. Warthog looks kind of cool. The Striker. We've got a harpoon drop point style blade. Love that milling. I'm calling it the ice cream scoop milling. I love that. How big is that knife? Ooh, deep cryo treat on the blade steel. What blade steel is it? Anyways, I don't know if this one would specifically classify as an EDC sized fixed blade because it's nearly 8 inches. It's 7 3/4. But that's cool. I like the blade shape on that. I like the handle scale design. It looks ergonomic as hell. What about, I'm looking for true EDC. I believe a true EDC fixed blade has to be under 7.5 inches, right? Overall. The Guardian 2, 7 3/4 inches. Still might be a little big. Love it though. Was it the Guardian 1 that had a full edge back here too? I believe it was. That's really cool. 3 to 6 months for delivery of pre-orders. Oh wait, they're in stock. They're in stock. $225. Look at that. 7 3/4. Damn it. What about this guy, the DP1? Wow, that's a tiny knife. That is 5. That's not fair. It's not tiny. It's 4.69 inches overall. Okay, that's tiny. It's not about the size of the knife. It's about how you use it, right? Anyways, the Adversary. I love the way that they do that exposed milling on the main grind, on the primary grind. I think that looks really cool. 7. What the hell, TKL? It's either super small or really big. I like that though. I would rock that. That looks good. I bet you that is one hell of a knife. And I can tell because the blade shape is actually very similar to this guy. It's very similar blade shape. And this was a cutting machine. Blasted through the cardboard. If you guys want to see my thoughts on this, on the TKL Melissa Backwoods Warren EDC that's sold out, they're going to have like 100 of these available at Bladeshow, Atlanta. 50 on Friday, 50 on Saturday. They're going to have special variants with different handle scales. I want to say they're doing copper carbon fiber handle scales, and I think 80 CRV2 on the blade steel. I love it. Truthfully, love it. So if you're going to Bladeshow, check it out. Anyways, Jim says EDC for me is under 7, preferably around 6. Yeah. For an EDC fixed blade, because the knife doesn't fold shut, like I don't think people truly understand this. I didn't truly understand this until I started looking at EDC fixed blades. Because you can't close the knife, it affects the way that you can carry it. It's harder to carry a knife that is bigger without having to carry it like full on your belt. I see EDC style fixed blades as knives that will fit in your pocket if you'd like. I like to scout carry or appendix carry when I carry a fixed blade. I don't like showing off to the world that I'm walking through my local Walmart carrying a big old buoy, you know. So I like to conceal carry a fixed blade when I carry it. So that's what a lot of people don't understand is that when you can't close it, it is a lot. It's different on a folding knife, because on a folding knife, you can cut it in half by, you know, shutting the knife. On a fixed blade, you can't shut it. It's always going to be that size, even when it's in your pocket. So I agree with you, Jim, 100%. But TKL and Melissa Backwoods are going to have 100 exclusive Bladeshow versions of this knife. And I definitely think that it's worth it. Fantastic little knife. Absolutely love it. All right, guys. My voice is starting to leave me, which is how I know that it's time to cut the music, because we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I want to say thank you to everybody who joined the first Wednesday live stream back since the hiatus. I definitely appreciate you guys sticking around. If you want to see my most recent video, again, it's on the TKEL Warn EDC. I've got more content coming soon. I've got budget knives. I got expensive knives. I got knife modifications. I got Spydercos. I got American-made knives and knives made all over the world. So if you want to watch some of that, stay tuned. I'll see you guys on Saturday, unless you're in the Only Spartans Discord, in which case I'll see you soon. But for everybody else, we'll see you later.